Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play CCLP4. Gonna get back into recording this. Just a little fun fact, I did actually have a recording of this level and a couple more after this about 2 weeks ago, but upon rewatching the video I realized it was just a bunch of crap, and nothing made sense of what I was saying. So I deleted it and recorded a couple things of ZK Adventure. I have a couple in my backlog at this time that I'll upload soon. But figured let's do CCLP4 again and see if I can redo uh, the thing I made before. So I don't remember everything I said, but that's probably a good thing. So this is Ice Cavern, which is a pretty great level. Of the three that the designer has, which is Henry Potts, that he has in CCLP4, this is probably my favorite. I love the layout of this level a lot. How there's no strict order to do things. As long as you get all the blue keys you need, there's no real order to do this level, and I think that's what makes this level really good. So I'm definitely happy this is in the set. I recently made a level using this level's walls, and I don't have to do that, but I'm going to do it anyway. I made a level using this level's walls, which was pretty fun, actually. I figured of the walls I have made levels out of from the set, before this set was the set, this was probably the most unique one I could think of to use. I've used others recently as well, such as Protect Your Fortress and such. And Protect Your Fortress one is pretty good too, I want to say. But those will be released at a later date. Okay, so get this block up here, and then all I gotta do is go back up here and get the rest of these chips. So yeah, this was a pretty fun level to play. Again, it was definitely I think it had a fair rating in voting. It definitely did better than I expected it to do, but that's not saying I didn't want it in the set. More so saying that considering the block sliding portions of this level, I figured this level would have done a little bit worse than what it did, but it did fairly well. I don't remember its exact rating offhand, but really fun level. I'm really happy this is in the set. So if Henry's out there watching this for some reason, first question, why? And second thing, great level. Definitely my favorite of yours in CCLP4. Alright, One Tank's Adventure. So this level, a couple people are aware that this is my least favorite level in CCLP4. And currently I'm the only one that feels this way about this level. At least to my knowledge. A lot of people really like this level. This did very well in voting. I think it was 19th rated. And I don't know. I mean, I'm not disappointed with it being in the set. I'm not a fan of this level. And I think that goes upon just the fact I really don't care for these types of levels. I never have really cared for them. And I don't know, just I'm not a big fan of levels of this kind anymore, well, again, I never really have been, and that was just dumb of me. That was my fault. I can at least admit that. And no offense to the designer, which I know is most likely watching this, but I'm not really huge on this level's design either. Not saying it's badly designed or anything. I just think it's, well, I really don't know, to be completely honest. And I think I killed the tank. Yeah, rest in peace. I mean, I think a level like this, guiding a tank around a level, it's definitely probably the easiest to deal with, if not a ball, which I know someone did. I just don't remember who. I think it was Joe Olivia, who I haven't seen in years. But anyway, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of this level's design, and I'm not a big fan of this level in general. I mean, again, I don't really care for guiding monsters throughout an entire level. I think that concept is kind of overstated its welcome, to be honest. And yeah, I have made a level like it before, involving a glider, which is, even that level sucks. I can easily own up to that. That level is terrible. And for those that don't know, it's called Highly Intoxicated Glider Escort. And that's in CCLP4, which probably explains why it sucks. And I don't know, the chips aren't really necessary in this level either. I think they just add an unnecessary challenge to the level, even though it's not really much of a challenge. It's 6 chips, and they're all before you get to the second part of this level. Okay, you'll just bounce back. Actually, I want him to do that. Can tanks be gendered? Okay, this is a little awkward. But this is probably the easiest way I've solved this level thus far. Now it's to this part. I actually like this part of the level. So, the buttons in here will clone fireballs. How can you use this to your advantage? So this part, I have to say, is definitely the most interesting part of the level. I think the beginning part is a little arbitrary. And did I forget to... I did forget to get the... I don't know if I can fix this. I don't know, I might have cooked the level. We'll see. But yeah, my main reason for disliking this level is just because I don't really care for these types of levels anymore. I mean, I guess in a weird sort of way, that shouldn't mean it should be my least favorite in this set, but still, I mean, CCLP4 has a lot of great levels, and that's not exaggerating at all. Like, there are very, very few levels that people could really dislike in this set. And yeah, I cooked the level. But yeah, that chip right there by the trap, or behind the trap, it just seems kind of pointless. It's just like, why is it there? Like, it's just an extra challenge that doesn't really need to be there, in my opinion. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I'm trying not to be too critical or too harsh with this level, and with my opinion on this level. And if I am, I do apologize, because I can't, as one that can't take criticism very well, I am probably a jackass for criticizing a level in this context. But I don't know, we all have different opinions. There are very oh. That's cool. I forgot to wait for the tank. And did it just kill itself? You son of a bitch. You killed yourself. It's just things like that. It's just... I'm just not a fan of this, Andrew. I am sorry. I mean, clearly all the voters think this is a great level. And... I don't know. I don't remember my rating I gave this in voting. I think I gave this a 2. And I either gave it a 2 or a 1. I don't think I gave it a 1 though. I don't think I was that harsh with this level. There's actually 2 levels, and I think out of this whole set, I think there's only 2 levels I gave 1s to, and both of which, well, one of them was an accident, or was it? Yeah, it was an accident. One of them was an accident. I didn't realize I gave this level in particular a 1 until after voting ended, and I felt like a complete idiot for leaving it a 1. Still made it into the set, but I just felt like a dumbass. And that level's actually coming up soon. The other one, I semi-regret giving a 1. And that level, probably majority of the staff knows what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm going to give this some time. Press that. And I gotta go open the door. Except I can't. Well, I can do that, I guess. Okay, let's block off this teleport before I do anything else. But I want to say I give this level a 2, and that's mainly for this section, this part of the level. Because there's more going on this side of the level than there is in the first half, I feel like. Okay. Now I can block off these other teleports, or the other teleport, really. Get that. Okay, now I gotta pretty much book it to unlock this stuff. I don't know, I apparently beat, well, no, I got 800, never mind. I thought I beat the score. But yeah, that's basically my thoughts on this level. I don't know if they made sense or not, but just in a better way to put it, or long story, whatever, I just don't really care for single monster guiding levels like this anymore. I mean, Old Frog was one thing, and a couple of other designers, excluding this one, have made levels guiding one single monster around the level. I know Jeffrey's made Guiding Light with a fireball, and a Bug's Life with a bug, and apparently some level in Ultimate Chip 6 with a Paramecia. I made one with a glider. JB made one with a ball. The other guy I mentioned made one with a ball, and Old Frog with the teeth. I mean, there has yet to be one with a blob or a walker, and I think out of those two, I think a walker sounds the most promising one, or not promising, but what's the word I want to use? Doable. I think it'd be kind of hard to do one with a blob, but take that as a challenge. Someone might pull it off. I don't know. I guess you can call that one TCCLP Rejects one with a blob guiding level, but that's kind of rejected. Anyway, I hope that made sense. Hope I gave some clarity to why I don't really care for this level. Not a bad level in hindsight, but it's out of all CCLP4, this is my least favorite. I just did not. I have played this level several times in testing, in the various beta versions of CCLP4 we went through, and voting and all that, and there has not been a single time I played this level and I actually enjoyed it. It's just not my level. So I'm sorry, Andrew, but you got the least favorite from me. But all your levels in this set I like. They're awesome. So moving on a, well, not a brighter note, but this level. Go around and collect keys to collect all the boots. Watch where you push your blocks. I worded that pretty weird. So this is condo management, and this level, originally designed for a crate competition, for the Walls of CC1, which was the very first Walls of crate competition back in 2014. Basically, that's what started up the hype of using walls of different levels, and it's honestly a lot of fun to use walls, or predetermined walls of a level, to make a new level out of it. And this was the winner of that said crate competition. Of course, Mika was the host of it, so I am still a little surprised it won. I didn't expect it to win, but apparently it's a really good level considering it's in CCLP4. It was pretty highly rated, and it uses the walls of apartment, which we appropriately placed it at 101 to honor that. This is the other level in CCLP4 that does this. 7-Layer Salad did it with Monster Lab, which was 45. And yeah, basically my goal the idea I had in my mind when I crafted this was, since I had not really made a Walls of level prior to this, I made a couple CC1 as well, such as, I think I used Brushfire and Fireflies walls, and both of those levels were pretty complicated. But this was definitely the easiest one, and the one I wanted to be in the final results, or whatever Mika was doing with the results. But basically, I looked at apartment and I thought, okay, this uses pop-up walls, and personally, I've never really heard apartment be classified as a maze. I guess in some shape or form it is kind of like one, but I wouldn't consider it a maze. It felt more like a navigation type puzzle than anything else. But anyway, I took what apartment was, and I thought to myself, how can I make this not a navigation puzzle? Like, what kind of level can I make this? And I thought, okay, let's have a I started putting bombs everywhere, and I thought, oh, let's have a little key swapping. Why did I think I had flippers? I don't know why. By the way, I am only 21 minutes in. I'm only beaten 2 levels. I'm probably talking too much. If I am, sorry. I'm trying to be as interesting as possible. That's proven to be pretty challenging in my life. So yeah, I started putting bombs everywhere, and I thought, okay, well, let's make it a key swapper. And I put red, blue, yellow, green keys, and I thought, okay, well, how can I make this look more interesting? I don't want it to be just a key swapping level, because key swapping can lead to you're more prone to causing busts in key swapping levels than you are for normal item swappers or boot swapping levels. I didn't want a boot swap, a pure boot. What the heck? I didn't do that. Well, apparently I did, but my up key press exaggerated and thought I hit it twice, even though I'm 99% sure I didn't. Apparently did it there too. And so I started putting boots everywhere after the green key, and I thought, okay, let's just put random elements in certain quadrants or certain sections of the level. So I did. And I started putting chips everywhere, and then I threw in blocks to add a little bit of a flavor to the level. That was pretty much the whole thought process with this level, honestly. It didn't take that long to design. It's definitely liked a lot more than I anticipated it to be. Because I know some people don't really care for this level, like it's long or tedious and just quote-unquote another item swapper. But Mika liked it, and apparently so did most of the rest of the community. And I don't know if that's because it uses apartments walls or if it's actually a good level. I honestly think it's liked a lot just because it uses apartments walls. But I don't know. People can tell me why they like this level or whatever. I already know why some people dislike it, but anyone watching that actually likes this level, feel free to explain why or whatever. I'm always curious to know why people like certain levels that either I don't like or I don't really care for, I guess. I mean, I think this level's okay, and I'll be the first to admit that I do like this level only because it uses apartments walls and the fact that it won the create competition that it was submitted for, which I think was my second win in a row, because I think I won the month before, or the create competition the month before this one, which that one definitely surprised me because that level I half-ass made. This one I actually put effort into. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much the whole backstory to this level. I feel like I haven't gone into much backstory with my own levels in this set, and talking more about the voting history and everything like that. And I know some people don't really care for that, and if you don't, well, why are you even watching this? That's one of the biggest reasons why I'm LPing this, is for the is to talk about that kind of stuff, because some people want to know this information. And for the record, when I did record this before, I did actually get in I think an 11-second improvement. But here I am, nowhere close to that. So yeah, condo management, the place where management doesn't exist because there's bombs everywhere. And that's that. The key issue. The key issue is living in that poorly managed condo. I don't know. So this level is another one that a lot of people really wanted to get into the set. Mainly, I want to say mainly JB wanted this in the set. Because again, this is the other Ida level in CCLP4. And since I never really played Ida's levels, like, never really properly played them. Just played them upon them being submitted for a set or something. I didn't know what the hype was about this level until I played it, and I realized, oh, this is a pretty cool level about key conservation. And it is. It's a really good level. I like the openness of it with the 3x3 pathways. I know JB's a big fan of that. I kind of am too, to be honest. It's a nice design element. Alright. Oh, I don't have any more. Okay. Get rid of that. And get rid of that. And 1 second improvement, I guess that's cool. So, yeah, that's key issue. Did pretty amazing in voting. It was at one point the #1 rated level for a very short-lived time, but it was. I think its final ranking was like 4th, 3rd or 4th. It did that good. So, yeah, if either you're out there, you made an awesome level. Malachite. Be strategic with your blocks and blow up certain bombs before others. Use the green buttons wisely. So, fun fact, I didn't know what that's how you pronounce the level until Jeffrey played it in his LP of my submission set like a year ago. Actually, it was like 2 years ago now. Damn, that time goes by too damn quick. So yeah, this level is definitely something else. I have to say, this level it's not one of my favorites, even though I'm pretty proud of the puzzle it has and the concept. It's definitely very unusual for a puzzle theme level. I really don't know what I was going with, honestly, when I made this. I don't even remember. And I did design this with the intention of you having using all the blocks, but there is a little trick you can do to save a block, and thus have an extra, which I think is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty cool how that works. If I can remember how. I know you don't have to blow up this bomb above me right here. So I'm trying to figure out. I think I remember how. And that pop-up wall I just stepped on was intended to be extra. Okay, it's like this. Probably my biggest fear when I designed this level, and especially with it being submitted for CCLP4, and especially it actually getting into CCLP4, my biggest worry was this level would have some kind of ultra slide delay bust that would be unfixable. And thankfully I don't think that's the case, because I think I blocked off the exit quite well, enough to where you have to get every single chip in some way. And here I am not even remembering how to solve this, even though I do. Wait, did I get the bomb up there? I did not. But yeah, I think it's pretty cool how there's an extra block. I didn't intend on that, but it's pretty cool. And that's the block. So you just do this little trick, which I think is pretty nifty. And then there's one more chip way up here. And then we can get the green key. So yeah, limiting your toggle button presses is mainly for this mechanism right here, because you need to get this block out. Actually, you really don't even need to do that. You can just use the quote-unquote extra block to get through it, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you can totally do something like this. So you might not even need the green key to solve this level. What am I doing? I just need to press the toggle button. Smart one. Yeah, you don't even need the green key to solve this, I don't think. That's a little bonus, I suppose. You end with a pointless green key. But that's Malachite. That took a while to design, by the way. Especially to make sure it worked properly. Alright, duel. So this level is pretty special, mainly because it's apparently the highest rated level in fun of CCLP4. And quite confused on that, honestly, because this level never really got proper, or not really proper, but it never really got like really strong praise per se. And I screwed up because I got the red key. Actually, you can press this tank button right away in MS, because you can just do that. And okay, I can do that. Yeah, this level never really got praise during voting or anything like that. And I feel like it's only the highest rated level due to what happened like literally an hour or so before voting, which I think was a bunch of bullshit. I'm over it, but I still think it's crap. And yeah. So what happened was, right a couple of hours before voting ended, there was a certain incident that Oh, nice. I can't get this last chip. There was a certain incident where someone, not naming names, but someone did last minute voting and completely screwed up all the results by giving random votes. And I literally mean random. Oh. Why can I not solve this? And it completely screwed up all the votes, and it got to the point where we had to take a different approach on how to handle the said voting results. And long story short, there were a bunch of arguments and such, not with the staff members or between the staff members, but rather the said person that gave random votes, and it led to a lot of bullshit, to say the least. And we took a different approach with the voting results to make them fair, without affecting that said person's votes, and just kind of took it from there. But because of those said votes, this level became the highest rated level, and it's fun. I can't argue this level is really fun, but I don't think it. I think it being the highest rated level in fun was kind of by luck. Repugnant Nonsense is the best level. Anyway, Living Things is this level, and this is another level I made, and this took complete inspiration from the flipper part of Tyler's Judgment level, and because I figured I haven't really seen an entire level based on that concept, and I figured I want to try it, but with fire boots instead. So I did it, and I'm pretty happy with how this level turned out. It went through a couple of different iterations and such, with the trap connections and how the traps are handled. When I first made this level, I made the traps be required to go in and out, and I realized that was super tedious. So I changed it to include a quick path in, but you had to use the traps to get out. That way the actual level had a purpose. So, what the heck? Come on, keyboard, don't do this to me. And I don't know, I feel like I should have taken a different approach with this level. Like, I should have used like a different mechanism instead of trap buttons. But toggle buttons would have broke the level, because you can kill off all but one fireball and still solve the level. And I'm pretty sure you can do the same with tanks too. And clone buttons is probably the only other one I probably should have done, but it still would have made a ticking noise, so it's not like it makes a huge difference. But the puzzles themselves in this level, I'm pretty happy with them, except that lower right one. I feel like that room was so big, the right boot being the closest one as soon as you enter it, shouldn't have been the boot to take. But I plan very, very particular paths for all these fireballs. So, and this one too. This one definitely went through some changes. don't think I'll get an improvement. I don't think I will. Oh no, I will. Okay, cool. That is Living Things. And now on to Gridlock, and I know we're at over 40 minutes, but I want to take on this one level because it's pretty short. So this level was the level I was talking about that I accidentally gave a 1 on. I don't know how I missed that. Like, as soon as voting ended, I went back through my voting results to see exactly what I voted on again to be sure it was all correct, and all but this level was. And I was so pissed off at myself. And I didn't want to say anything to the staff or anything like that because I didn't want to express that I was upset with it. Or like, oh, why do you hate this level? It's so awesome. But I didn't want to say nothing. So I kept my mouth shut up until today. And I regret giving it a 1. I mean, despite that, it still did really good in voting. But still, it would probably done 10 times better if I gave it the voting I wanted to give it. Which, honestly, I wanted to give this a 4. I would have gave this a 4 if I actually voted on it correctly. Other than that, this level is really great. And a little fun fact, the bold time of 240 was not meant to be found by me. I don't really regret finding it because it was a complete fluke. What happened was Jeffrey reported a score of 238. And then shortly after, he reported 239, and I figured, I wanted to snag a confirm before JB could. So I looked at the level, and I was going to confirm to 239. Well, as I was confirming to 239, I found 240. And I was just flabbergasted. I was like, what the hell? I said that in the optimization chat, and I was like, yeah, I found 240. And I only found it because Jeffrey wasted 2 moves he didn't have to waste. And I feel bad that I quote unquote stole it. I don't think I did. I think I found it fairly, but I didn't mean to find it. I don't feel like it was my bold route to find, because he found 238 and 239, and then I just come in and swoop 240. I think just based on that context alone, it makes me look like I stole it, but I swear I was just trying to confirm the 239, and I just happened to find 240 on a complete fucking fluke. So yeah, sorry Jeffrey, I didn't mean to take this bold from you, but like he said, better me than JB, I guess. So that all being said, this is the last Cyber Smack level of the set, and yeah, like I said back in Chasing Chips or whatever level of his I played earlier in the set, if you're out there somewhere, keep making levels. You designed some pretty good ones. If you got levels in CCLP4, then that's pretty good, especially since you're new to the CCLP world. And with that, I'm going to end it off right here on combinations, since this is a pretty lengthy level, and I'm already at 44 minutes, which is longer than I should have been recording, but it is what it is. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and hopefully nothing I said about One Tank's Adventure, or really any level in particular, well, mainly that level, doesn't upset anyone. It's 100% my opinion. And it's like I said, that level's not a bad level on principle. I'm just not a fan of it, and that's basically it. I hope I explained why I'm not a fan of it as best as I could. If it doesn't make sense or whatever, I'm sorry, but that's just how I feel. So All that being said, I'm going to end on a high note and end the video. So, bye-bye.